Guys, I'm 6 and welcome to the top 10 games you should be buying this Christmas. This is also, in effect, my top 10 games of 2017. Now, that doesn't mean all the games in this list are from 2017. Some of the games are a little bit older, some of the games are a little bit better, but these are the games that, in my opinion, I've had the most fun playing across the year. So yeah, these are games, of course, that I suggest to you in this Christmas as things happening very soon. Are games that you pick up over the Christmas holiday periods, and maybe even over New Year's. So, let's get this list started right off with number 10. Number 10, we actually have Dirt Rally. Now, this game is an unforgiving, brutal game that pushes your driving skills to the limit. This game is unrelenting, ruthless, and it doesn't give you any second chances. You make one mistake and you've got to pay for it. Now, I haven't actually played much of this game, but I can tell you it's a fantastic game still. I heavily recommend, if you have a wheel, you play this game with wheel. It is currently on Steam right now for £7.99, which is probably actually one of the biggest deals we have on this list. So, I heavily suggest you go and check it out. And at number 9 we have Brickrigs. Now, Brickrigs is in effect the birth child of BeamNG.drive and Lego. If you want to build your own cars and smash them to pieces, this is the game for you. You know, it solves all the problem of when you smash things up in Lego, you get a massive mess all over the floor. But besides that, this game allows you to have the creative freedom to just kind of do whatever you want, you know. You can do loads of things. Even though the game was originally built to design vehicles, you can build all sorts with the tools the game gives you. I've seen people recreate the actual game maps as brick creations. Stuff people make is insane. This game has a great workshop community, so it's pretty cool to check out, even if you're not the most creative of people. You can currently buy this on Steam for £7.69 as well, which isn't too bad. Coming in at number 8, this is a pretty classic entry, even though it was only released a couple of years ago on PC, and it is GTA 5. GTA 5, I don't really need to explain much. It is probably one of the biggest open world games ever to be released. It is jam-packed full of content. The game still gets updated as well to this day, and also if you pick it up on PC, which you can pick it up right now on Steam for £15.99, you also gain access to a great modding community that adds a lot of extra content to the game, albeit of course it does remove the whole online feature, but you know, it's still a really fun thing to play around with, and there are modded multiplayers that you can play. So even if you're not looking to play GTA Online and you want to explore into the modding world, there's still plenty of content there, and I heavily recommend you check it out. Number 7 is actually the only game on this list which you cannot purchase through Steam, and that is Live for Speed. Now, this game is a really old game. It's the oldest entry on this list, coming back from 2003, so I believe. This game is a fantastic simulation racer that is like incredibly realistic and is very difficult on the higher difficulties. It has a great multiplayer community which is still thriving to this day, and also the game is still getting support to this day, and updates are rolling out. Now, the game's price is a little bit weird because it runs off a license system, meaning you could pick up the game from anywhere between nothing for the demo or £36 for the full game. At the current moment, it costs £12 per license, and there are currently 3 licenses you can get hold of. This game is great. I heavily recommend you pick it up, and I guess that's about it for Live for Speed. Number 6, we have Arma 3. Arma 3 just missed the top 5 spot, but that doesn't mean this game is not good. Arma 3 is a great game featuring a massive open terrain that you can cover. There are multiple open terrains you can cover, and it's tactical military simulation game. That means it's difficult, it's intense, and the pace varies. Like, you may think it's a slow-paced game, but there are really intense action scenes you can get involved into. It all depends on how you play the game and stuff like that. It's got a great multiplayer community which really thrives. The campaign I haven't delved much into, but the community content for this game as well, on top of the main campaign and all the stock content, is fantastic, and it helps drive the game forward. The game still gets regularly updated as well, with tons of DLC being released, so I heavily recommend you check this out if you're looking for a good shooter. And off our top 5 is BeamNG.drive. BeamNG.drive is a fantastic sandbox driving game that features realistic crashing and realistic vehicle handling. You won't find a game that offers you kind of the same experience BeamNG.drive does, really, in terms of how open the game is to modding and stuff like that. It's heavily modifiable, heavily interchangeable. The game is personalizable as anything. You can change almost every single aspect from the game, including stuff like the HUD, just really basic things about the game can be changed to your liking, so the game can be set up to be your perfect driving simulation. Just because of that, you can pick it up for £15.19 on Steam right now. I heavily recommend you go and pick it up. And yeah, buy it. And at the number 4 spot, we have Crash Day Redline Edition. This game is the revival of Crash Day. It brings Crash Day into a modding setting, and henceforth the modding community is thriving already, even though this game was released fairly recently, because it was really easy for the modders to put the mods across from the original Crash Day into the new one. But besides all the mods and stuff, which are really fun and cool to use, Crash Day is a really interesting racing game, heavily arcadey, takes you back to the mid 2000s where games are really at a high point. This game is a blast to play, and I heavily recommend you pick it up. It's only £6.29 on the Steam market right now, so why not? It's pretty cheap. Alright, just before we get into our top 3, we have 3 honourable mentions. First one, Rainbow Six Siege, available for £7.19. This game is really fun, it's close, and it's intense. Next up, we have The Crew. The Crew is a massive open world racing game. Again, really fun, available for £10.79 on the Steam store. It's quite fun, it's quite unique as well. And yeah, last but not least, we have Payday 2, available for £12.19 on the Steam store. £12.90, I mean, sorry. This game is pretty intense. It's a mixture of stealth and all guns blazing gameplay. It is fun, it is difficult, and it's interesting. In the number 3 spot is actually a really interesting game. It's an indie game, Ravenfield. Ravenfield is available for £8.24 on Steam, and it features some of the best, wacky, unscripted, tactical combat you've ever seen. I know that's a lot to throw out, but that is just what this game is. It's really goofy, it's really fun, it's really creative, and also it now has a really open and active modding community, which creates loads of cool extra content for the game. Of course, the game came out recently as well, came out at the start of this year, so of course the game is still getting regular updates, patches, and development and stuff. So yeah, there's also an active beta branch, which is like I think one of the only games that offers this, that you can join and participate in. This allows you to get experimental updates, and yeah, it's quite interesting to see what they are. So that's Ravenfield, taking number 3. Taking the number 2 spot is Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2 is available for £9.99 on Steam, and this game is amazing. It's really fun, it's really creative, it's really unique. It's a follow-up from Killing Floor 1, which if you've played that, this game is the same concept, but improved upon. I love this game, it looks fantastic, it plays fantastic, it is brutally gory as well, and it's just a blast to play. There is also a modding community which supplies a lot of content for this game, but actually the vanilla content for this game is absolutely perfect. It's amazing, all the weapons are really powerful, but then the game is still fairly difficult at the higher difficulties, because even though the weapons may feel really powerful, it's really balanced out by the strength of the Zeds that you have to go up against, making this game a really interesting entry. And so yeah, that's it for Killing Floor 2. Coming in at number 1 is quite an old game, Burnout Paradise. It was released in 2009. This is actually the Ultimate Box Edition that was released for PC, which did come out a year later than the original in 2008. Not to be confused with that. It's available for £2.49 on Steam, but you also have another option to go for when buying Burnout Paradise, which is the Origin Edition. I'd recommend you buy the Origin Edition. I'm not 100% sure on the price because I already bought it and stuff, and it gives me a gift price instead of the actual price of the game, which I'm not sure if it is 100% correct or not. But yeah, so you win the Origin Edition, you can buy a DLC which unlocks every single car in the game, which is just a little thing you may want to keep in mind. But besides that, this game is fast, intense, it is insane. It is pure, insane racing action. You'll never find a game like it. It is purely unique. It is an open world entry to the Burnout series, which if you've ever played any of the Burnout series, you'll know that they are fantastic racing games. And this is the final one. It was an insane game, a blast to play. It's absolutely amazing multiplayer. It's just mind-blowing. Like, one of the really standout features is with Paradise, that you don't get with the other Burnouts unfortunately, is the freedom. Because it's an open world, all the races they tell you where you need to go, and that's it. In multiplayer races you can assign checkpoints for the races to follow to stop people cheating and stuff, but for the most part, from getting between to the next checkpoint or to the finish line, there are no guidelines. It's just, you're there, you need to go there. It's all, you can choose your own route. It's a really interesting game, really fun concept, absolute blast. It's really fast paced, really intense, and I heavily recommend you pick it up this Christmas. Alright, thank you for watching this top 10 games that you should buy this Christmas. Think there's any more options I could have added? Comment them down below, and who knows, may make another one. Like a follow-up, maybe a New Year's one. But if you did enjoy it, like, I appreciate it. If you're new, a subscribe would be very appreciated as well. I'm gunning for 10,000 views so I can re-enable monetization, lol. But yeah, so this video was a really fun one to make. It did take quite a while, but there you have it. These games are amazing, and I heavily suggest you pick them up. You pick up as many as you want. Some of these games you may already have, but they're still, in effect, my top 10 games of this year. These are the games that I personally have had the most fun playing over the course of 2017, and you most likely will as well. So,